Welcome, collectors. Thank you so much for tuning into this installment of Diecast Emporium. In this review, we'll be taking a look at the brand new Classic Construction Models Caterpillar D11N dozers that were released in the end of September 2020. At the time that I'm filming this review in early October 2020, 3 of these models are still available to order from CCM. However, the D11N dozer with the SU blade and single shank ripper has already been a closed edition, which means it's been discontinued and sold out from CCM. So if you see any of these models that you are interested in, please don't hesitate. Make sure you get your orders in, because usually all of the CCM models sell out very, very quickly, so don't miss your opportunity to own one of these museum quality replicas. So with that out of the way, a little bit of history about the D11N. As many of you know, the D11 is the biggest dozer that Caterpillar offers, and that was true even back in 1986 when it rolled off the assembly line in February. And it came out during the transition from the Block C Pac-Man dressing to the new for the time black belt line, which was finished in the new cat yellow. So as you can see, the model on the far left is furnished in the Block C or the Pac-Man style trade dressing, and the 3 other ones are in the black belt line paint with the new cat yellow. So pretty cool that CCM offered 4 different versions of these from the very first version offered in early February 1986. And then obviously the ones offered later on in that year. So let's go ahead and take a look at the brochures first, because unlike the previous Cat 375s offered by CCM that also came out with multiple different versions, these brochures have the correct corresponding vehicle on them and right picture. So for example, here's the brochure for the D11N with the U-blade and single shanked ripper. So there's a picture of it there. The brochures have information on them, which are always worth reading, and also have your serial number. In my case, most of my CCM models are 53, serial number 53, and this case there's 400 of these made, so it's serial number 53 out of 400. There's the signature direct from CCM. So here's your information, and this last paragraph here is what's different on all of the different printouts for the different versions. Here is the brochure for the D11N U-blade and multi-shank ripper. You can see there's the multi-shank version. This is a belt line as well. Here's the brochure for this is the SU blade and single shank ripper. And last but certainly not least, this is the brochure for the impact ripper version. And again, more information about the room machine is inside. As for the boxes that these come in, it's the standard CCM style black packaging that we've seen the past several cat models be released from them. Back up the camera here so you can see this a little bit better. There it is. So it has the outline of the machine in white along with the description underneath it. On the side, 1/48 scale precision die-cast scale model. Again, same thing underneath. And all of your copyright information is found on the bottom. It's a very nice, simplistic style packaging that's very well done. Okay, let's start out with the models. That's what you really came here to see. Allow me just a moment to move the camera up again. So we're going to go in order. We'll start out with the D11N dozer with U-blade, the single shank ripper. So all these dozers have very similar functionality, so I'll just show you the functionality on one of these after we get done basically showing you a basic overview of all 4. So this is the D11 U-blade with single shank ripper. Again, this version is in the Pac-Man trade dress, which is, or the Block C as it was technically known as. So here's your tracks. Again, those move. Your ripper has functionality, your blade has functionality, your doors open, your engine compartment's open. And again, as we go over all 4 of these, I will show you on one of them. Here's your blade as well, your U-blade for this case. All 4 have fire extinguishers as well on the right side of the cab. And there's the single shank ripper on the back. The ripper teeth do have some play in it as well, which is pretty neat. And you'll see that again on the other versions. Okay, moving right along. Next we have the D11N U-blade and multi-shank ripper. This is in the belt line. which is a much... duller is probably not the right word, but it's... when they moved to the new cat yellow, it's certainly not as bright as the old cat yellow. It's more of a duller, almost gold-like pigment of color. Which, again, you guys are very familiar with this if you own any pieces of cat models from that era of the mid to late 80s moving forward. I have to say, overall, these are a huge improvement and back to the quality standard that you would expect from a CCM model. All four of mine came with no flaws from the factory or no issues during shipping, which is a great thing to see. It appears as though CCM took their time designing these, perfecting these, and it has certainly shown through with the final product. And without question, these are just fantastic replicas to add to your collection. So this is the version that, as of the filming date of this video, is currently sold out directly from CCM already. This is the D11 with the SU blade and single shank ripper. So there's the version of the blade. That side as well. And then finally a shot at the back. And just for giggles, for those that like to see the underneath. By the way, there's your serial number. Your serial numbers are also found underneath the models. Again, if you're new to CCM, you'll find your serial number underneath your models. And last, but certainly not least, I would have put money on this one being the one that sold out the quickest. This is the Impact Ripper version, which is very cool. And it even has a functioning Impact Ripper. So there you go. That's an overview of all four. Again, they all retailed originally from CCM for the same price of $299.99 US each. But as with all CCM products, as we've seen over the past several decades, as soon as they sell out, of course, they go up in value exponentially. Okay, so let's use the second one to focus in on the functionality and detail, because again, as I said, it's pretty much the same on all four of them. So I'm not going to force anything on all of these. So there may be more range of motion, there may be, more than what you're going to see on the video. I'm not going to force anything. So I'll show you what it does without going too far. So you'll see that the ripper goes down to here without meeting any resistance, which is enough to pick the rear part of the dozer off the ground. You can also move it out and down to here. This part of the piston's extended so that it's curled in that way. So let's put this back up. So that's a good range of motion, and again, I can't emphasize this enough. It may go down and in and out more than that, but I'm not going to force it on any of these. Turn around to your blade. Goes up to there, and it'll go down to there. Curl in, curl out, and it will tilt side to side. As for your tracks, they can be made to move. I would caution you, though, to be extremely careful when you do that. So, your doors as well, to enter the cab. They open too, as you can see, and the interior is also very well done on these machines and detailed. Your engine hatches, your engine doors, they're also made to open, but it is a very tight fit, so it's helpful to use a pointer and a good amount of patience. So let's see if we can get one of the other ones to open. Here we go. This one's already open, so for time's sake, we'll just use this one. Here you can see the engine hatch already open on this one. And I really like that the hinges are really discreet on these. You almost can't even tell that they're there. That's why the fit is so good. So again, just use a pointer and have some patience when you're opening these. You can't even tell that there's any hinges there, and the fit is very good. Your visibility, perforations, all of that stuff, it's all see-through. That's not a decal. You can actually, as you can probably hear, it's see-through and perforated all the way through. So, there you have it, collectors. That is a review and synopsis of the brand new D11Ns in 1:48 scale by CCM. Without question, I have to say, in recent memory, probably within the last 2 years or so, I would have to say these are probably overall the best CCM model in 1:48 scale that we've seen in a while. My opinion, that I've seen in a while, and I have purchased every 1:48 scale CAT CCM model that has been released in the past 2 years. Without question, these are the best. Quality control is excellent, detail is excellent, functionality is good, and obviously the quality and value collectability of these are off the charts as well. I would recommend any of the four or all of the four if you have the means. It's a wonderful representation of CAT's largest dozer. If you have any questions, as always, please leave them down in the comment section below. Until next time, I'm Tommy with Diecast Emporium. Take care of yourself, be safe. I'll see you in the next review.